So today, I wanted to watch a video called An Incels Thoughts on Trannymaxxing. Cope. And just give my thoughts. I've been looking a lot into trannymaxxing recently. I'm curious to see what this video says. And then... So that's that. And then I also have these messages from somebody else that I want to compare and maybe pull it all together in one video. So we'll see what happens. And we'll just go for it, because I've been putting it off for a long time while I've been researching. Okay, let's go.
Hi guys, Mr. Stacy here. Oh, that's a manly man right there.
In Tekken 7, there's this character.
Okay, so first, what's a Stacy? Let's see what Vox has to say. A Stacy has a naturally curvy body with big tits and ass that give men instant erections. She has sexy, majestic, long blonde hair, her makeup is on point, and she carries a $2,000 Gucci bag and lives in luxury. Now there is kind of, I don't know if they're memes necessarily, but let me pull up the picture here. There are memes of incel to a Stacy, and that being like, this is my kitty. Let's see this. I used to really obsess and feel bad over this. I'm the epitome of an incel to female trender who only transitions to escape their own failed existence. Didn't want to be a girl until I learned about medical transition. Was a complete failed male, depressed, shut-in, neat, pre-trans. Now I've been on HRT for years and get treated like a woman by everyone, and guess what? I'm totally happy with this. I'd rather kill myself than ever going back on testosterone or living as a man. Same. Manhood fucking sucks and testosterone is poison. Same. And I literally don't give a shit anymore whether I'm le true trans or some delusional incel, because it doesn't matter at all. Only the outcome does. Which is that I no longer hate my body and actually enjoy my life for the first time ever. People are friendlier towards me. I have friends and a boyfriend. And now that I'm more secure than I used to be, I actually love the fact that my existence makes true trans gatekeepers and TERFs seethe. LMAO. A TERF is a trans exclusionary radical feminist. They're like anti-trans people, generally. Okay, we're 4 seconds in.
Oh, that's a manly man right there.
In Tekken 7, there's this character called Leo, and Leo is a tranny, so I thought,
Sorry for language in advance.
okay, I'll talk about trannies. So for the
Sorry again.
most part, if you're an ugly male and you go trans, you look like
Go trans.
an ugly, deformed freak.
Sorry. This is so rude. Honestly, for your mental health, you shouldn't watch this. This is bad content to watch. Don't watch it. It's bad for you. However, I'm gonna watch it anyway, and I'm gonna talk about it. So, strap in if you want, but it might hurt your feelings. They're not very nice to us.
If you're an ugly male and you go, I thought, okay, I'll talk about trannies.
There's gonna be a lot of misgendering. Okay. So
For the most part, if you're an ugly male and you go trans, you look like
this is Christian. This is Christian. Christine Weston Chandler. That's them. They're like an idol, kind of, to incels, but like not like a good idol, but like a make fun of them idol, like a meme, kind of, so to speak.
Like an ugly, deformed freak. You know, these, the cases where you actually look passable are so rare, and they almost...
Passing is not the point, first of all. Second of all, passing isn't that rare. Like, you can pass as cis woman born, because people don't really know what cis women look like, if I'm being completely honest. They just know what, like, made-up women look like. Like, it's fine.
Almost always get surgery, and cases where you actually look passable are so rare, and they almost always get surgery.
It's a false thing. And a lot of people, I'm not gonna say a lot of people, but some people do regret their surgeries. I would say not most of them, but a decent amount of them. I would say there's probably more regret with like bottom surgeries from what I've seen, but there's still a lot of people that don't do that anyways, or that don't regret it. Okay.
And what sucks is that attractive people, because most attractive people, they have male and female characteristics in their face, and that's what makes them be really attractive. They have good features, and they also have male and feminine characteristics. And so when attractive guys,
I know who she is.
when they go trans,
when they go trans,
they have a way more higher chance of looking passable than some ugly recessive human, you know?
Think about how awful that picture is. Just like the lighting is not good. Like the picture itself is a poor picture. Most people would look bad at an angle like that taken in that lighting. And this is just like rude. I don't know. This is just rude. Anyways.
And you know, it's you can't change your bone structure. Taking that, you know, won't.
But fat redistribution does have a lot of effects on the way that people look at you and the way that you look in your own skin. I will consider putting up a pre-transition photo here. I don't know if I will, but I might. And this is it. And you can see I kind of look different. I kind of look different, you know? Like, my body just looks a little bit different now. I don't know what to say.
You know, if you got narrow hips, like, yeah, narrow hips, I mean, you know, even, let's say Amaranth, you know, Amaranth went from life on normal mode to tutorial mode. She's passable, but even as soon as I saw her, I'm like, you know, something...
Tutorial mode is like, it means you have a really easy life. People that live life on tutorial mode are like hot women in the incel ideology.
And I looked it up as passable, but even as soon as I saw her, I'm like, you know, something's off about this person.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Tutorial mode.
Bullshit.
She's passable.
Bullshit. There's no way that, no.
But even as soon as I saw her, I'm like, you know, something's off about this person.
You're lying.
I looked it up and saying, I'm like, is this person trans? It's really hard to hide the fact that he used to be a guy, and...
You might have had testosterone puberty, but that's about it.
Yeah, I tried to find, like, some cope. I'm like, is there any actual benefit?
A cope is like an excuse or a reason that you do something.
If you're ugly, and then, you know, I actually did find one, is that if you take hormones to become a girl, you can actually have multiple orgasms. I'll have text-to-speech say something from a Reddit post I found about it.
Okay, so I have an idea of what's coming next. So, soon, a piece from the Transmaxxing manifesto is going to play. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to dig a little bit deeper into it. Okay? Okay.
It was about 4 months and when things really started to twist my reality into all sorts of fucked on there when I was walking. I really that was still hard after coming, which was mostly clear at this point. I felt as if I was not fully satisfied, as if I could keep going. I kept walking, then I came again, then I came again, and again with no orgasm declining in quality. I came so many times I wasn't funny for 4 days afterwards. At which point I came over 10 times a week. After that I came 40 times, it's a less than a part. I actually lost count of how many times I came. The first who guys had the most clear come in the first feed after had plenty. Then I would rotate between ejaculating anywhere from a teaspoon to feed drops of dry gas as my body just kept making more.
So I don't know, if you can get wool from the government raw in your basement, you take estrogen so you can whack it multiple. You know, if you can get wool from the government raw in your basement,
just kept making more.
So I don't know, if you can get wool from the government raw.
Body just kept making more.
So I don't know, if you can get wool from the government.
If you can get well, or you can get wool, or you can get money, medication, if you can get...
Since my body just kept making more.
So I don't know, if you can get wool from the government.
If you can get woke? Is that what he's saying?
Since my body just kept making more.
So I don't know, if you can get wool from the government raw in your basement, you take estrogen so you can whack it multiple times in your basement, so.
Ha 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 ha. You can have different orgasms if you transition. You know why? It's because your body runs differently. And we'll explain it. We'll talk about it. And we're also going to break down what the Transmaxxing manifesto says that I thought he was going to pull up, but he didn't. And we still have 3.5 minutes, and we'll do this too. Okay, let's go. Wait, so I need to write down all the things that we got to talk about, because we got a lot of things. We have a lot of things to chat about. So sit here for a second, please. Transmax. Because this is a falsity right here. This dude, he's lying to us. He's making it sound like this is the only reason that you would want to ever do this. But there's actually a lot of reasons. So let's learn a little bit more. What else does he think?
It's attractive people, they can get laid, so they can have multiple orgasms with their partners. So, you know, again, ugly males automatically win. So, I mean, automatically lose. So, yeah, what can you do?
Ugly males. Wait. Okay. Wait. Let's follow this.
I don't know, if you can get well from the government, Ron.
If you can get... Let's just assume the captions are right. If you can get well from the government... So let's assume you can get money from the government and you can get medication, maybe.
Your basement, you take estrogen so you can...
So you take estrogen to...
Whack it multiple times.
To transition so that you can orgasm multiple times.
Of course, attractive people didn't get laid, so...
But hot people, they can get laid. Because incels love to talk about getting laid, right? That's a big thing for them. So of course that's where it's going to go. Okay, I think I'm following. Like he's kind of jumping.
Orgasms with their partners, so you know again.
So they're gonna need to come multiple times.
So
ugly males automatically win.
So.
Automatically
what can you do?
Who's talking about ugly males? This isn't even a thing that we're referring to here. Like we're talking about trans people. We're not talking about ugly men.
You know, but if you wanna. If you want to actually look smack, so you're gonna get boob job.
If you want to look smacks, so maxing, as you may already know by this point, because I have probably put definitions in the beginning of this video, maxing is like doing something typically in the pursuit of getting laid, but you can also look at it in the context of like doing it to further yourself. And looks maxing is like making yourself look super good in order to get laid. Looks maxing Incel Wiki. Let's look at it. It's an attempt at improving one's appearance. The majority of women have been looks maxing from an early age, like using makeup. Some forms of looks maxing are mild, like getting a haircut, using minoxidil, which is a hair regrowth brand. Or medicine. And then there are also more extreme things like plastic surgery and anabolic steroids. So if you want to look smacks...
Now, if you want to actually look smack, so you're gonna get boob job.
If you want to make yourself look as good as possible, you're gonna want to get a boob job.
You know, you might have to get BBL. You're gonna have to get.
You might get a Brazilian butt lift.
All this stuff, and
you're gonna have to get all this stuff, which is all this is bullshit. You don't have to get any of it. You can just go on hormones if that's what you want to do, and your body will change. If you're a few years on hormones, you'll have some tits, even if they're tiny tits. Like you'll have something. You won't be completely barren, more than likely. Just looking around at all of my queer friends that I have. We're rocking tits. Like this morning in a group chat, it doesn't matter. But like I saw a lot of boobs, okay? Trans femmes, they grow them and they love to show them off. So I don't know where this is coming from.
Your voice, it won't change your voice. Like
it doesn't change your voice. That's true. You gotta work on it. And if you want, let me see what you have to say.
Holy fuck. Me being trans. You're Todd, it's Princess Stacy. That's what we would sound like if we went trans to try to sound like we had a vagina. Like, yeah, the voice also gives it away a lot with trans people. It's really hard to sound feminine. A lot of the times, people that detransition, of course, it's female to males that always detransition because they find out if you're a guy unless you're Chad.
So, time out. We're gonna go back. Sorry for the dig on the voice, but that is a real point. That is a true thing. You have to voice train if you want your voice to sound better, or not sound better, to sound more like a cis woman. But like women with deep voices are chill. They're fucking hot as fuck, and like you don't need a higher voice. Like everything that this incel is digging on is all in regards to preference. You know, this is him preferring certain things and pushing that label on everybody, which is very unfair.
So dinner is up. Why are you crying? At school they call me ugly today. But you are ugly. Huh? You are ugly, so why are you crying?
Dad, please.
You realize that them saying that you are ugly just mean that you are not in their taste?
Yes, but it is painful.
Do you like chocolate?
Yes, but
well, I don't. So why don't you cry about it too?
Because it doesn't matter. Me, I like it.
Exactly, it's the same thing.
How?
Because it is a taste, and taste is not to be discussed. We don't know how people see things, and we will never know. Your pyjama is gray, right?
Yes.
How do you know I see it gray? Maybe I see it red, but they told me to call it gray.
Oh.
You cannot let someone else's eyes define you, because maybe you don't see the same thing. It is okay to not be in everyone's taste, but you better be in your taste. Focus on what you like, not what other people like, because you don't know what they see.
I get it. Thank you, Dad.
Now go wash your ugly face.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And stop saying sorry for having feelings.
Sorry.
What did I say?
See, that's what we would sound like if we went trans to try to sound.
It sounds like Jimmy, not Jimmy Neutron. Who's the, I don't know.
Like we had a vagina, like.
Whatever.
Yeah, the voice also gives it away a lot with trans people. It's really hard to sound feminine. A lot of the time.
Voice does clock a lot of trans people. That's a real statement. Some of this does come from truth, but then it's being like misappropriated or like misdirected. It's being used as an insult when they're simply just facts. Like, yeah, voice does get a lot of people clocked. That's a real fact.
Sometimes people that detransition, of course it's female to males that always detransition because
FTMs don't always detransition, but there is a higher rate of detransition among the FTM community.
They find out if you're a guy, unless you're Chad, it's way.
But it's not all of them, and I don't know the exact numbers.
Way harder than having a vagina. But if you take testosterone, it actually has permanent effects on your voice. So even if you
yeah, I mean that one, it's real.
Transition, you'll have the rasp pretty much.
But the thing about transmaxxing is that it doesn't even, okay, so bear with me for a second. It doesn't even recommend that FTMs transition. Transmaxxing is primarily for men. It's only for males that want to transition to female. So I don't even know why this is a point here, because this isn't even what transmaxxing is. It seems like a lot of the people that are against transmaxxing don't actually know what transmaxxing is.
You'll be the female equivalent of me.
I was never uncomfortable. From taking testosterone, it doesn't go back.
Yeah, most trans agrees that you should never.
Most trans agrees. Most trans people.
They say the bottom surgery where they cause a wound in your dick and they make that be a vagina. They say not to do it because you can have some.
Incels often refer to post-op trans women as like they refer to it like the vagina as like a wound or like a axe wound. Like I don't know, they're not very nice to post-op surgery people, and they say like the science isn't very good, and like that'll be a recurring theme that we might see. Yeah.
Serious issues, and if you can't detransition, you're pretty much screwed.
So if that is if you are a post-op trans woman, there is no going back. That is, again, this is a real fact. Like, you can't un-op yourself. So if you do get bottom surgery, you will have bottom surgery. That's what happens. That's what you did. You got it. So, like, he's pointing out facts. And again, trying to make them sound like a bad thing. When, like, these are real things that happen.
And, sometimes they lose their pleasure. They lose a lot of pleasure there. Sometimes.
That is a real thing. But most of the time, that's not the case. And surgeries are improving vastly as more science and like as more things are done. But there is surgery isn't as important to a lot of people once they start hormones. But it is still important to a lot of other people. And there are some people that get the surgery, they get bottom surgery that end up regretting it. But there are so many that end up getting it and not regretting it. But at the end of the day, like, that's on them. That was their choice. That was their preference. And I don't know, it's up to, like, if they ruined their own pleasure sensor, it's on them. It's fine. It's their surgery. It doesn't impact you, you know? It's dumb.
And, you know, that's the whole point, is you can have multiple orgasms, so...
It's not the whole point. We'll talk about it.
I guess, you know, if you're gay, you might as well go trans, I don't know. One thing I found funny is, so Blair White is a tranny, and...
Blair White is a popular conservative trans woman she likes to pick on the trans community. Or not pick on them, but like... She likes to cater towards conservatives, is all I'll say.
She made a video of her filming herself going to the male and female bathroom. And of course, you know, she's passable, so no one cares at all. But if a guy like Chris Chan, oh fuck, if he went to the woman's bathroom, he'd be arrested, he'd be beaten up, it'd be over for him. Yep, it's all just what you look like, that's it. If you're attractive, you know, you can do stuff like that. It's you can't escape.
That wouldn't actually happen. Probably wouldn't actually get arrested or beaten up.
Oh fuck.
Most people in the bathroom, they just want to go about their business and then
if
leave.
If he went to the woman's bathroom, he'd be arrested, he'd be beaten up, it'd be over for him.
Christine, don't forget.
Yep, it's all just what you look like, that's it. If you're attractive, you know, you can do stuff like that.
They
you can't escape
all
looking.
misgender her.
Going back to Amaranth, I mean, you know, she's a millionaire now. Going trans paid off.
Going trans.
She got a boob job, facial feminization surgery, and now she's a millionaire. It paid off. So if she didn't.
And the worst part is, none of these surgeries that this incel is talking about are even preferred by transmaxxing.
Transition? Would she have been able to make that much money? Fuck
That's
no.
actually the worst part of this whole thing. Everybody misunderstands what transmaxxing is. And then they just use transphobia to hate it, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
You know, she showed how easy it is to make money when you have a vagina. I mean, she's rich, she can do all that. So, you know, if you're gay, I mean, I think you might want to transmax. But, you know, even if you detransition, hormones can make you be short.
Transmaxxing likes pee-pee girls. they don't recommend bottom surgery.
So, like, fuck. So yeah, I guess if you're gay, you might as well, since height is as important as for straight guys, but still, that sucks. So basically,
incels also really like to fall back to the idea that like height is a major determinator of whether or not you're able to date people or like get laid. So like short people should transition. TLDR. No,
so yeah,
hormones can make you shorter. So wait, let me reread it.
Shorter, so like.
Time out.
He's rich, you can do all that. So you know, if you're gay, I mean, I think you might want to transmax.
If you're gay, you might want to transmax. Well, probably not, because gay men aren't gonna like you after you trans. Max.
But you know, even if you detransition, hormones can make you be shorter. So.
I wonder if you would regain the height after it, like if you went off of estrogen and back on testosterone. That would be very interesting to look into.
Oh, like, fuck. So yeah, I guess if you're gay, you might as well, since height is as important as for straight guys, but still, that's.
Don't do it if you're gay.
So basically, trannymaxxing is cope unless you're gay. You want a surgery. You want to.
Trannymaxxing is cope, unless you're gay.
Amaranth max, basically.
You want a surgery. You want an amaranth max.
Become a millionaire.
You're
such ugly.
That's not what happens though. Most of us are not. Most of us are broke as shit. That's just no. Don't even no.
Worthless genetic dog shit. You know, you're 5 feet tall, got a 1-inch dick, genetic garbage, and you live off of welfare from the government.
They also like to like, you know, shit on their own selves and community. So.
And you just want to have multiple orgasms before you die. It's over.
Okay, well that was all of that. That was something for sure. Wow. Okay.